A mum with 20 houses. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.Heise here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee and fill it up with FOMO and insecure juice, because just the normal mother has managed to buy 20 houses by 37. What are you doing wrong, everyone? Quick, rush out and buy those houses. Take advantage of the low interest rate now. Go, go, go. So let's have a look at this piece. I'm noticing on news.com a trend. There's often articles about, an average person who's just managed to buy 20 houses, 30 houses, a massive, huge property portfolio. And what they've been doing, they get in at a good time, make a profit, and then they just leverage the equity growth from one to the next. I'd hate to see how much, what their loan-to-value ratio is overall. What would happen if their portfolio took a big hit? But then it's also followed up by the other pieces where you have, such and such is making money on eBay or selling this one simple thing to Woolworths and making millions. This chili powder, they just happen to make at home. I guess it's good to give a contrast where people are developing products and getting out there. So it's not just all about property. So it's good. It's good in a way. Sure, I wouldn't be buying the chili products, and it'd be interesting to see if now is the time to try and make some money, drop shipping or selling stuff online. But still, it's good to see that it's starting to permeate into the media, that there are more ways than just going into housing to get ahead in Australia. We'll see. So let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at this one. Mum reveals a simple secret, guys. It's a simple secret. Everyone can do it. To how she bought 20 houses. Okay, it's that easy. A Melbourne mother of 4. Well, it's good to see she's got a large family. That's encouraging. That really is. Has revealed the saving secrets that helped her grow a huge property portfolio by the age of 37. A Melbourne-based mum of 4 has revealed her savings and investment secrets, which led her to owning 20 houses by the age of 37. Belly Christofi, Director of Property Investment Service, Reventon, started saving and investing from the age of 16 to be able to buy her first home at just 22, she told FemMail. So, here's the thing now. It's smart, very smart, leveraging her success in building a property portfolio into another business. And you'll see a lot of people will do that. They'll take what they've done and generate it into another way to get a revenue stream. Particularly, who's that guy on the Gold Coast who always does the Amazon, join my education program to learn how to sell on Amazon and all these courses. He's done that. And I know a few other people that have actually done his course, been successful, and then started up their own training program. Because the problem is, it's to do with the moat that you have around your business. With those Amazon type of drop shipping businesses, once the English skills of those over in Amazon get better, or over in China get better, even Amazon can undercut you. You can get a lot of problems. You can lose that business. So that's why they diversify into these other types of businesses. So, good on her. Good on her for developing a property investment business. So she bought her first property on a part-time wage and took advantage of the first homeowner's grant. Oh, there you go, guys. What are you doing? You don't need a full-time wage. You just need a part-time wage. Now, I wonder if she, at that age, 16 to 22, I wonder if she was living at home with her parents. I wonder if that was happening. It was a big moment and one I'd worked towards for a long time. She said, well, not really, only a few years. 16, what is it now? Hang on, we're at 2020. What is it? Minus 37 plus 16. She was born in 83. So 99 was when she started saving. 99 was when she started saving. So she got it, what was it? She got it at 22. So we got minus 16 plus 22. She bought in 2005. So if she bought in 2005 in Melbourne, if we look at property prices, you can see Melbourne's the blue line, 2005. And you can't see where I'm pointing. It's just below. Well, it's before this chart. Okay, so she's gone up more than 120 points on that index since that time. So here's the thing. Remember, everyone is a genius in a bull market. Everyone's a genius in a bull market. It'll be interesting to see how, with property prices tanking. How many of these people that have done so well on the market going up can replicate or maintain their portfolio with the market going down? I mean, 20 houses, it's going to be tough for them to handle that. Or they'd probably have enough. I'm sure they would have more than enough equity to dump a few to keep it together. But what happens if the market really falls? How would they handle a 40% fall in property? She sold the house just 18 months later, and it had increased in value by $150,000. I used the capital to then buy 2 properties and kept compounding after that, using the growth of my investments to leverage and buy more properties. Yes, I mean, fantastic. Good. But as we've seen, it was during a bull market. Since 2000, property's been shooting up. From a young age, she also put her money into shares and entered the commercial property market, she said. Oh, good. Good. So she's diversifying. 20 properties later, Miss Christofi has 4 homes in her personal name and 16 together with her husband, and she's looking to buy her 21st property through her superannuation. The mum recommends looking at your cash flow and savings to see whether you can buy in the market as a good starting point, then gaining equity so you can invest further. But what happens if you can't gain equity? What happens if you're in a negative market? What happens if you're a 1 in 38, a first recession in 28 years that she's too young to experience? She's only a few years younger than me. So she might have some memories of the recession that we had in the 90s, or maybe she was just a little bit younger. I remember the recession because my father was in the construction game. And all of a sudden, times got a bit more stressful because work was drying up. So, I mean, this is all reasonable advice in a market where you can gain equity. What happens to your process when you get negative equity? Or when you have to start decreasing your rent? Or when you lose your job? When you first drink out of fasting is worth every drop. Okay. Well, I've just done a 2.5 day fast, and I caved when one of my daughters brought me a meatball, so I can relate to that. Ms. Christofi said it's important to be disciplined with savings and spending, cutting back where you can and being mindful of how you're spending, especially avoiding impulse purchases. Now, this is great advice. I like the advice she's giving. She advised to wait 24 hours before making a purchase decision on anything that is considered a want item. Very smart, very smart. They won't like her at Afterpay, would they? They won't like her at Afterpay. The impulse tends to wear off if you give it some time, she said. It's so easy for spending to get out of hand. I advise people to sit down and tabulate their finances the old-fashioned way with a budget table and dissect where their finances are going. This is like the every dollar budget from Dave Ramsey. Really understanding where all of your money is going and giving it a job. A lot of people probably don't realize where their money's going, and it can happen. The biggest issue is these days with regards to just, monthly subscriptions. You got money flowing out here, flowing out there, flowing out everywhere. So this is fantastic advice. And all of a sudden you can realize you get so much coming up. Some of you may have noticed I've been changing up my icons or my thumbnails and the graphics on the channel. Now, part of this is because I've discovered a new program which is an alternative to Photoshop. I used to have Photoshop, but the subscriptions were just so much I couldn't justify it. I couldn't justify the monthly cost. When we were running our business, sure, but even then it was a bit much. This other one, rather than paying $100 a month or whatever it is for Photoshop and InDesign, I buy these programs for like $80 each, the Affinity package. And I'm loving it. But it just shows you. You need to get control of it, because when we had more staff, I bought 2 licenses because we'd use it and crunch time, and it just all adds up. Oh, there you go. There's $200 gone. So there's the young couple with 4 kids. Fantastic. It's important for women to not leave all their financial decisions to men, she added, reiterating it's vital to educate yourself and take charge of your own money. See, that is some really good advice. That is some good advice. I think in a relationship, when you're married, your money generally all goes in one bucket. You're not going to be able to coordinate off over from each other, even when you've got, especially if you've got kids. because prenups just go out the window. And yeah, it's got a good point, because so many women just ignore it. You know, so many of the smart ones. You know, that's part of actually finding a good one that doesn't ignore it, one that knows what they're doing. You know, maybe when you're dating, ask how much debt they have. Or maybe that's victim blaming. Maybe that should be a line on what is it? This app they use, the Twitch, the Swipey app. You know, how much debt do you have? Play an active role in understanding money and getting the support you need to make sound investment decisions, she said. You should learn to do your own research and understand what is right for you and your affordability. As the director of her own property investment service, she has helped 3,000 clients gain financial progression and build their wealth. She also recommends seeking the help of a financial advisor. So there we have it. You know, a simple trick that is completely dependent on the state of the economy and, you know, fortuitously buying at the beginning of a booming market, a bull run in the property market. We'll have to see how her portfolio goes in the next time, but at least, I mean, it looks like she's diversified into education and investment, so that could be another stream. But it's the same thing. It was like, you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger, he was a millionaire before he even started any one of his movies. And that was him having enough money to reject the roles he didn't need to. And a lot of that he made in property. But, you know, the way property was going over there with inflation and everything at that time can't be replicated now. Anyway, guys, what do you think about the mum's simple secret to owning 20 houses? I wish them all the best of luck in the coming challenging times in the economy. And it's good to see, you know, people actually having decent-sized families. Fantastic. Good luck to them. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Are you going to rush out and get your 20 properties? Or how's it all going to work if people start getting trapped in negative equity? As always, thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe to the channel. If you're a fan and want to support the content I create here, there are a few ways you can. You can join the channel on YouTube or Patreon. You can support us using our affiliate links at Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or Kucoin. You can buy merch from HeiseSays, use Gold Pass from the Perth Mint, or support us via PayPal. Take care, everyone. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.